My name is Alexis Honeycutt,
And my name is Allie Vendiger.
and we did our demonstrative speech project on donating for a cause. Our project goal is for the class to come together to develop and hold an exercise gear drive. It would be to help those in need of running equipment and supplies for ones who would love to participate in the race but are unable to afford their own supplies that they might need on race day. This picture says, "When nothing goes right, go run." Our timeline for the project. For this project, we'll start organizing the event in February or the beginning of March. We want to start early so we can make sure we can find a location to hold the drive and get everything organized and thought through the best we can. We will hand out flyers, hang up posters around campus and the community. You could email students and faculty to make them aware, and post on certain different social medias and the internet to help get as many people aware of the event as possible. The timeline for the project continued. We will organize a donation drive where we will set up a stand once we find a location on a Friday or Saturday or whenever you can get people together. We will set up 2 or 3 different days to try and get as many donations as possible. We will start this approximately 2 or 3 weeks before the race. We will be accepting donations such as running shoes or clothes. This picture, even a bad run is better than no run. After we collect the items, we will set up the stand again so we can hand out what we have collected to the ones who are in need of the items so they can participate on race day. We will do this a couple different days as well, on a Friday or Saturday or whatever works best with our class as a whole. This will be done about a week before the race. If we have items left over after that day, then we could set up a stand on race day and finish handing out whatever we have left. I have not won many races, but I have crossed many finish lines. Specific duties of everyone in the class. Each person will be in charge of either making the posters or flyers, handing them out to different people in the community on campus, or hanging them up, whichever works best, sending out the emails and deciding what we should say in them, or to make a social media post. Then on the days of the drive, we'll break into groups and choose days of when people can set at the stand to collect items, and then other people will set at the stands and hand them out. Resources that will be needed for our project. Paper and poster boards for the advertisement, the flyers, different sayings to put on the posters, the location to hold the drive, and once we find the location and set up the times, you'll post flyers explaining why we're doing it and where and when it's going to be so people are aware and can come to donate them. Supplies such as a table so we can put the things on when we receive it and then hand it out, boxes to hold the clothes, and a place to store the equipment until the day we hand them out, because it'll be a week or 2 in between when we receive them and then hand them out. A list of optional equipment that would be exceptional to get would be running shoes, because there's certain shoes that you want. Running clothes. If it's cold, you're going to want a sweatshirt or a jacket. If it's hot, you're going to want more of a t-shirt and shorts. Towels or headbands to keep sweat out of your face or wipe it as you're running so you're not having sweat in your eyes and so you can still see. Water bottles to carry as you're running so you can drink and not get dehydrated. Armbands for cell phones and then headphones so you can listen to music and keep entertained and while running. What we need to collect the resources. In order to get the resources, we'll need to make the public aware of our project, and we will do that by the flyers and the posters throughout the community. To do that, we'll also use the internet. Then the resources will be collected from the public. After we make the public aware, they'll be more likely to donate and have time to be prepared to give what they have. And then the class can also donate items, so we have more items to give than just what the community gives us. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give.
We have issues for our project. So on our project, the project could get delayed due to not having enough advertisement. So if we don't spread the word, then not many people are going to know about it to be able to show up. That means that we also might not have as many donations to end up giving out at the actual drive. We need to get people willing to donate for the cause so that we're able to give back to our community. There may not be many people who will accept the donations because some people might need help but are like too afraid to be honest about it and allow other people to help them out. And they also might not want to accept other people's clothing. Like there could be like picky people about that. Also not being able to find a location to hold the donation drive on the days that we like as a group can all do it together and be able to participate. And so this picture says, running away from your problems is a race you'll never win. Okay, our literature review. These three articles, equipment donation, vehicle operation, and apparatus, donate your unwanted stuff to these great causes, and how to donate your used journey shoes, help to better explain our main goal for this project by explaining all the different organizations that take donations of people's unwanted items of almost any sort, such as clothes, sports equipment, and even one on fire department materials. These articles help to explain how doing this can create such a great change within the community and how it has like a great positive outcome on so many people within the community. These other two articles, which are Beyond Good Intentions, Lessons on Equipment Donations from an African Hospital, and the 5 Do's and Don'ts on Donating Your Gently Used Clothes, explain the rightful acts, the wrongful acts of how this goal is supposed to be for. In these articles, it talks about how you should not always accept every single item that people want to donate because it might not be in good shape, which then would not be ethically right to try to turn around and donate to somebody in need of the item. Before accepting donations, we should inspect the materials, to make sure that the items are in good shape and are not broken or ripped or worn too much. Okay, our the University of Charleston has its mission statement. So we have to tie in the mission statement into our project. And this project will justify our UC mission statement and the LLOs, but by achieving the goal of an exercise gear drive to those in need. So the statement is, the mission of the University of Charleston is to educate each student for a life of productive work, enlightened living, and community involvement. So how we are going to tie in the mission statement is that our project will allow us to get involved in the community to support an enlightened cause that will produce a productive outcome. And so there's 6 LOs that we have to cover also in our project, and the first one happens to be communication. So communication in general is the exchange of information or news. How we're going to use communication in our project is through communicating the plan to set the goal and to spread the word around the community and to our fellow classmates. So this picture says the art of communication is the language of leadership, when we are going to take leadership in our communication to our project. The second LO that we have to use is critical thinking. Critical thinking is an analysis or evaluation of an issue or such goal. So the way we're going to use critical thinking is involve thinking deeper into how this goal will be achieved. Okay, the third LO is creativity. Creativity is the use of imagination or originality in different types of work. The way we're going to use creativity in our project is we will make a plan that our project is to make it new and exciting. That way more people are going to want to participate and actually come out for the event. The fourth LO is citizenship. Citizenship is the position or status of a particular place. How we're going to use citizenship in our project is that we will be used through getting the community involved to help fellow citizens in need. How we're going to use inquiry. Inquiry is the way to ask information. So how we're going to use that is like officially acting and approaching the project, like headstrong, straight into it, have a set plan. That way we can get the job done. How we're going to use ethics. Well, ethics is a moral purpose or principle of a person's behavior towards something. So we're going to use ethics in conducting our project to be rightfully moral and for the right reasons. And these are some of our works cited for our literature reviews.
This is the works cited for our pictures. We had several pictures. Continued.